I'll tell you what, you just spoke for millions of Americans that looked at Barack Obama, and I will tell you, I certainly can't imagine, Matt Lewis, that I would ever vote for Hillary Clinton in any realm. But in 2008, I kept going up to Democrats saying, Obama instead of Hillary? Really? Are you serious? A woman that has been through fire and tested time and time again against a guy that you're selling like a bag of potato chips? Really? Yeah. I think Democrats have no right to say anything about Marco Rubio because they have helped this country drive off a cliff on foreign policy after George W. Bush took us to the edge of that cliff.
Absolutely, and I think it's a Rorschach test. For some reason, Democrats had no problem thinking Barack Obama had gravitas, but all of a sudden, Marco Rubio, who by far, and I don't dismiss the argument he just made, I think it's compelling. He has a lot more experience than Barack Obama had. But look, put that aside. By Donnie's argument, we should have gone with Bob Dole or George H.W. Bush instead of Bill Clinton. We should have gone with John McCain instead of Barack Obama. I mean, these are men who had incredible military and foreign policy experience, but America chose to go a different direction.
No, Matt, I'm saying this, by the way, in my grade, Obama's done a good job. It's not, you can't lump everybody in and say everybody has to be experienced. I'm saying, to me, this particular candidate, to me, he does not read where he's got the weight. You can have weight even with 5 years experience. I'm talking about this particular candidate.
I think it's in the eye of the beholder, though.
Absolutely.
I really do.
That's why we're all here.
I think it's a Rorschach test.
Forget President Obama for a moment. If you go down into a Republican primary, go down the list, which of the candidates can turn to Marco Rubio and say, you don't have as much experience on foreign policy as I do? Ted Cruz, he's been there for 2 years. Yeah. Rand Paul, he's been there the same amount of time that Rubio's been there. Scott Walker, Chris Christie, George Bush, Ben Carson. Which of those candidates can look at him and say, I have more foreign policy experience than you?
Rick Perry's a veteran. Lindsey Graham has got more experience and is a veteran. Yep. And John Kasich was on foreign affairs. Besides that, Rubio is not behind anybody else.
But when was the last time we elected a president?
And by the way, I'm sorry. Let me say this. By the way, Jeb Bush is a guy that grew up with the ambassador of China, the ambassador of the United Nations, the CIA director. And unlike George W., who was running away from his father's legacy, Jeb was in the middle of it all. There's just no doubt that when you talk about foreign policy, Jeb is going to lap everybody in this field.
But do we elect presidents based on foreign policy? Not in my lifetime. It's usually economy.
Bush 41 over Dukakis for foreign policy component.
And
after 9/11.
Bush after 9/11, Bush got elected in 2004 because of foreign policy. And I think Barack Obama has messed things up so badly on the internet. Oh, by the way, I think in 2008, that was all about foreign policy because George W. Bush had messed up things so horribly. And Hillary Clinton was connected with George W. Bush's Iraq War. That's the only reason that Barack Obama had a leg up, I think, early on in the process. So we do elect on foreign policy. George W. Bush's failed foreign policy shaped the election in 2008, and I think Barack Obama's failed foreign policy is going to shape it in 2016.